Hello, you guys. My name is Leslie Ivy, and I'm so excited to talk with you today. I have the group pulled up just for any questions. I want to make sure I'm live in the right group, and I am. Hello, my name is Leslie Ivy, and I'm so excited to chat with you guys today and share a little bit of my journey so far, my wellness journey before Shackley, and now with Shackley. I am turning 31 in 10 days. Not like anyone's counting, but I'm turning 31 in 10 days. I have been a full time ER nurse for the last 6 years, celebrated 6 years in April. And I feel like I have been on a weight loss journey for most of my adult life. I started my weight loss journey at 240 plus pounds, and I say 240 plus because after that I stopped weighing myself. I'm 5'3", 5'4" on a good day, so that was a lot of weight physically on my body, on my joints, but also mentally and emotionally as well. I got married in December of 2022, and it was after our honeymoon. We came back in January 2023, where I was like, okay, I have to do something. I need to change the way that I'm living. I just started this brand new life. I want it to be a long and healthy and happy life together. And I need to get myself together. I need to figure out what will help me bring more energy into my life, bring more confidence into my life. And between January 2023 and October of 2024, I had lost 30 pounds with adding in consistent exercise that worked for me in the season of life that I was in, and focusing more on my nutrition. I have never been a huge fan of counting everything and tracking everything. Something that I could get a hold of was something I could get my hands on. I don't see that I'm live, so I'm hoping that I'm live. Let me message Amy really quick and make sure that I am live. I'm so sorry, you guys. Let's see. Okay. I just messaged Amy really quick to make sure that I am on and live and in the right group. I just refreshed the screen of my phone and I didn't see it, but okay, perfect. Um, I forgot where I left off. So between January 2023 and October of 2024, I dialed in consistent exercise. What that looked like for me, it started with 20 minutes on my days off of shift, 12 hours in the ER, and then 30 minutes, and then building up to working out on days that I did work. And then in October of 2024, I switched all of my supplements. I also switched my skincare. I dove absolutely into the world of Shackley, being an ER nurse, having a science background. My third bachelor's was nursing. My first two are biology and psychology. So I have so many years of science and how to look at clinical articles and research studies and decipher them and figure out what is real and what is just like some filler. But Shackley attracted me because of the clinical research, because of the science backed supplements, because of the certified non toxic EWG verified skincare. But today I kind of want to talk to you guys about our liquid BioCell and our Trim and Smooth. So this is my absolute holy grail. Between October 2024 and now, I am down a total of 70 pounds, 75 on a good day. So my first 30 with just nutrition, exercise, adding in more consistent things, but I still felt like I was using a different pre workout and I would get that energy and then I would absolutely crash. And I was using a protein, but I wasn't really seeing the work that or the results that I wanted from the work that I was putting in. I didn't see that muscle growth, that toning that we want. But in the summer of 20, so I started in June. I printed out my pictures for you guys. June is when I started the Trim and Smooth, and I was also using the Curb. And then between July and August is when I added in the Liquid BioCell. So I will post these below, and you can even zoom in on my legs. I'm giving you full permission when I post the picture of how, one, my body recomposition has changed. That's obvious, but something I didn't realize was also my skin texture and my skin tone, especially on my legs. We have, on a big weight loss journey, we do something that held me back, which is kind of crazy, is I don't want loose skin. I don't want too much loose skin. And that was just like a mindset I had to get myself out of. I'm like, that is an excuse. But with the Trim and Smooth, so the Trim and Smooth is a liquid CLA, conjugated linoleic acid. It helps burn fat while keeping and allowing you to build lean muscle. When you're on a big weight loss journey or any type of weight loss journey, fitness journey, wellness journey, if you are wanting to lose weight, you don't want to lose the wrong kind of weight. So adding this in, I was a little bit hesitant. I grew up in the hydroxycut days where we would take all of these fat burning pills and we would have palpitations, nausea, GI upset, all of the things. This is not that. So I was hesitant to try anything that said fat burner because of that just like past experience with previous fat burners. I have my mom on this. She's 65 and she's like, okay, what am I going to feel? And I'm like, essentially nothing. It tastes like chocolate pudding on a spoon. Absolutely delicious. 1 tablespoon in the morning, keep it in the fridge afterwards. But I also printed out my stats. So I kind of transitioned my mindset from just weight loss, just get this number on the scale down to more body recomposition when I switched to Shaklee, when I started learning about like, okay, these supplements are not just for results right now. These supplements are for longevity, how we move, how we feel long term. So instead of just the number on the scale, yes, that went down. I started focusing on my overall body fat percentage, but also my visceral fat and my subcutaneous fat. So your subcutaneous fat is a fat right under your skin. That's what I like to call the aesthetic fat that people like, that you can see in photos, right? Your visceral fat is the fat that surrounds your vital organs. So too much fat around the liver is fatty liver. Too much fat around your heart is cardiovascular disease. So that is one of my like prime numbers that I love to look at when it comes to making progress on my wellness journey or on your fitness journey overall. So this is my visceral fat decrease, right? This is my body fat decrease, and that goes up and down. Everything will fluctuate, but the decrease in my visceral fat, I absolutely love to see it. I'll post these afterwards too. And then I also have a decrease in my weight and my subcutaneous fat, and I want to look at those overall trends and keep focusing on the decrease in visceral fat, the decrease in subcutaneous fat, but most of all, we want to make sure that we're still building skeletal muscle mass when we get older. God forbid we fall, or maybe you know someone who's fallen, they've had to go to a rehab, they never really got fully better, and we want to make sure as we have as much muscle mass as possible. So if we fall, if we get hurt, if we get injured, if we have to go into the hospital and we're bed bound for a couple of days, or we're not as active as we used to, when we get back, we have that muscle reserve. So while losing weight, like I said, we don't want to lose the wrong kind of weight. I also focused on increasing my skeletal muscle mass. So I don't know. I didn't know how fast you could increase skeletal muscle mass. I didn't really expect to see a change over just like a 3-month period, but with adding in, I use all of the Shaklee things. So if you're looking for protein options, ask me, ask Amy, just let me know. But the build in skeletal muscle mass tells me I am on the right track. I'm on the right journey. This is absolutely perfect. So like I said, I guess between July and August, I added in the Liquid BioCell Life Plus. So this, I want to stress, this is for everyone. If you have a body and you are moving and you work, or you have worked and you're retired, or you have young kids, older kids, grandkids, this is for everyone. What I did not know about collagen, and maybe you've used collagen before, is there are 2 or 3 different types of collagen. There's a type 1 and a type 3 collagen. Those are perfect for hair, skin, and nails. If they have all 9 essential amino acids, they will work for hair, skin, and nails. It's more of an aesthetic beauty collagen. And for years, I put collagen into my protein shakes, into my coffee when I drink coffee, into other beverages, with maybe seeing a little bit of nail growth, but nothing too crazy. But that is your type 1 and your type 3 collagen. And we have our collagen 9, which has all 9 essential amino acids. It's absolutely wonderful. What I didn't know was our Liquid BioCell is a hydrolyzed type 2 collagen. So the type 2 collagen is where you get the cardiovascular health, the connective tissue health, the joint lubrication, and the joint mobility. And this is the first collagen that can claim an increase in bone density as well. So like I was talking about, when we're older, especially as women, if you know anyone with osteoporosis or osteopenia, this is perfect. If it runs in your family, this is perfect. If you are a female, this is perfect. Like I said, if you have a living body, this is perfect. But the hydrolyzed type 2 collagen, hydrolyzed means the molecules are smaller, your body can absorb it, it makes it more bioavailable. So the collagen and what it does actually works in your body because you can absorb it. And the Liquid BioCell Life Plus with the added bone density, I'm a fan of that. I'm making my husband finish the rest of the life because I'm like, I need the bone density, so I use this one. Love the taste of it. It is so good. But this has the triplex technology. So in our 20s, we start to lose collagen every year. In our 30s, it increases. In our 40s, our collagen decreases even more rapidly. So you can just think every decade, and I'll post a little infographic that we have. We start to lose more collagen. So, like I said, our collagen 1 and 3, those are perfect for hair, skin, and nails. And what they usually do is just add more collagen into your body, which is great. But with the Liquid BioCell Life Plus, that's a triplex technology. So not only is it going to add more collagen into your body, it's also going to protect the collagen that you do have, because we know we know now, as we age, our collagen production just decreases rapidly, and that's where we see the wrinkles in our skin. We feel it usually before we see it, going up the stairs, going down the stairs, bending down to pick something up. But it's going to add more collagen into your body, protect the collagen that you do have, and something absolutely unique is to stimulate more collagen production in your body. So you're attacking the collagen decline on 3 different fronts, and in a way that you probably haven't before, with regards to your joint mobility, joint lubrication. If you would have told me, even now I'm getting emotional. Um, if you would have told me 18 months ago that I would go from 240 pounds, not being able to do a modified jumping jack, the stepping side to side hurt, squats were absolutely out of the question. If I did lunges, I was wearing a knee brace, even that hurt. To competing in, now I compete in fitness competitions. I compete in high rocks races. It's like CrossFit and a half marathon had a baby, or a 10K race had a baby. I've done 4 half marathons, and now I am able to move and feel like I've never felt before. Maybe when I was like 16. Um, I don't know. I am absolutely amazed and so grateful for just the beginning process and finding things that work, finding things that actually help you feel more energized, and not just energized. And I know everyone is worried about the aesthetics and how we look, but when I'm 31, we don't have children yet. I We're gonna have children. We're gonna be older parents, and their children are gonna have, and our children are gonna have children. And I want to be there for them. And I don't just want to be there for them. I want to be present with them. I want to be able to play with them as long as possible. If they say, "Hey, mom, I'm turning 30. I want to go on a hiking trip," I want to be able to say yes to that. And that is why I am just so grateful for finding something that I can fully back with my experience, and also fully back with education and knowledge. So if you are interested in the fat burning boost, we have a bundle with the Trim and Smooth and the BioCell Life Plus. You're going to do 1 tablespoon in the morning, 1 tablespoon at night. If you are a human, you are getting the BioCell Life Plus. We have the 2-bottle pack, because you'll take 1 tablespoon in the morning of the BioCell Life Plus and 1 tablespoon at night. But if you have any questions, please let me know. I'm sorry I couldn't see your comments while I was chatting, but I will go through and answer any questions that you have. I'm an absolute open book, and it was such a pleasure talking with you guys. And hopefully we'll chat soon. Bye.